Hello everybody, this is Patton160 here, and welcome back to World of Warships, people. Today's episode, we will be focusing on the tech line from the other side of the world, or should I say the opposing navy. This time, we'll be focusing on the Imperial Japanese Navy ships. Last time, we did a review on the Phoenix, which is now no longer on my hotbar, but today, we are not going to be focusing on the Kuma. Instead, we'll be doing its predecessor, the Tenryu, or prior to the patch before it became to open beta, it's nicknamed the Tatsuta. Now, is this a bad ship? Well, of course everybody's going to ask that question. This is why we people here on the internet are doing you service, giving you pro tips on whether this ship is actually good or bad. Well, here's the thing. Japanese cruiser gameplay is relatively different from American gameplay. Americans just need to focus on two things: driving your ship properly and firing your guns. Those are the only two things you need to do as a as an American cruiser driver or pilot. But for Japanese, you need to do three things: drive your ship properly, shoot your guns, and play around with torpedoes, because Japanese torpedoes are actually relatively something compared to the American counterparts. And the Tenryu is basically one of the prime examples of those ships. Its predecessor, the Chikuma, is sort of the St. Louis of Tier 2, having 8 guns, 1 on each side, and if it's ever going to get sandwiched between two ships, it can deliver a pretty good beating. But it has absolutely no torpedo tubes whatsoever. And this is what actually, let me just go make sure of that. Yes, this ship actually has been fully upgraded just then. I sold it off, but I didn't really bought it back. Yeah, this ship doesn't have torpedoes at all. So, yeah. Tenryu, please. So yeah, the Tenryu. So what is the Tenryu? Well, the Tenryu is basically the brainchild of a cruiser and a destroyer when they make love together or something. Give me a moment. I should stop that from happening again, so sorry. So basically, as I was saying, this is a kind of a brainchild between if a cruiser and a destroyer was to make love together. As you can see, this ship is not really the most pleasing ship when it comes to ship artillery. Instead, it has a lot of torpedoes. When I say a lot, there's 6 of them. So let's just go through the general stats. When you finally upgrade a ship, you get about, if my maths doesn't fail me, about 21,000 hit points, around there. And when you increase your Type 3 Mod 2 for gunfire control system, you get additional 10% range, which should bring it up to 11 kilometers of gunfiring range. And other than that, there's actually nothing else to upgrade on the Tenryu. So for artillery, main batteries of 4 times 140mm/50 third year type guns, I guess. Wait, did it say 140mm? My god, the St. Louis has 152s. It's like 14 KV2s firing from the sides. Well, actually 8 KV2s firing at one time, if the 2 turrets are pointed at the right place. So already, Tenryu is proving to be sort of a lesser match to the St. Louis and the ship before it. With a maximum range of 11 kilometers, that's all you get for gun control. So if you're ever going to play this ship like American cruiser, then well, I'm sorry, this ship is going to disappoint you on many levels. For torpedoes, we got 2 triple torpedo tube launches of up to 533mm Type 44 Mod 2 torpedoes, which have a range of 7 kilometers and will travel there at 57 knots, with a rate of fire of 1 round per minute. So it takes 1 round per minute. So it takes 60 seconds to reload. I didn't know it took that long. I felt it was okay. And for anti-aircraft guns, do not trust it, it's abysmal. You get 2 more machine guns, I guess, with the upgraded kits. We'll have 2 6.5mm 115 year type anti-aircraft machine guns. 6.5mm, that's even smaller than a goddamn 9mm Beretta. And a singular 18mm cannon that's probably going to serve absolutely of no use for shooting our aircraft. So, true to all Japanese cruisers, you are absolutely right when it comes to anti-aircraft. Maneuverability. This ship is something else when it's in the field of maneuverability, unlike its American counterpart, the St. Louis. This ship goes all the way up to 33.2 knots and a turning circle of 556, so I guess that's within a football field, unless a football field it might be slightly smaller. Rudder shift time from port to starboard, 6.8 seconds. And it will be spotted from the surface from ranges of 8.3 in excess and a detectability range of 4.8. So this is relatively a stealthy ship. So basically how you're gonna play this ship is you're gonna play like a destroyer. These ships were built, as you can see, it has a very narrow beam, it's fairly small, and it carries torpedoes. These ships were built by the Japanese Navy, who else, to be the spearhead of destroyers during the Second World War. So, destroyer flagships like the Isokazes and the Minikazes. So, other than that, I guess I'll owe you some gameplay. And in this particular footage, I'm going to show you how exactly the reasons why I shouldn't be playing Japanese light cruisers, because I can't multitask. I can only do 2 things, and that's to drive a ship and shoot its guns. You give me torpedoes to fire, and I'm gonna screw everything up. But other than that, let's save that for the replay. I owe you some gameplay now. See you in a bit. Alright everybody, welcome to the gameplay. We are loading up a map on Big Race. It's a standard battle, so it's either eliminate the enemy team or whoever captures the enemy's flag first. Now, as I've said previously, this is gonna be a replay to show you how exactly not to play your Tenryu class. And we can start the battle over here. 20 seconds remain. So, a little bit more background information. These 2 ships were sunk by US submarines during the Second World War. And when I say when these ships are to spearhead not torpedoes, destroyers, well, destroyer flotillas, so usually like destroyer wolf packs or something like that. As you can see, the only main flaw to ride this ship, I can't really use that effectively because not that I would if there was, but you absolutely do not get smoke screens with this thing, unlike your destroyer brethrens. But don't worry, you can always rely on a team of destroyers to go down first, and they'll unleash their smoke screens, thus doing the devil's advocate work for you, so that you can become a little bit more of a destroyer yourself. Now, as we drive by this little Yamikaze, I was really afraid he was just going to unleash his torpedoes on me, because why the hell not? And this match also proves a little bit more of the Southeast Asian players. I'm not discriminating you guys, because I'm one of you guys, and I'm one of the noobs that I'm saying upon. So don't feel all that bad. So you can see this is like a really narrow beam ship, and yeah. 140mm guns. I tell you one thing though, these 140mm guns, although they are not as so-called big a caliber as the St. Louis, shot for shot, these guns will do more damage. But of course, the St. Louis has the upper hand. Okay, that's a lame joke. Has the upper hand when it comes to damage potential. And there we have our first victim, a little destroyer, a Wakate, being followed along by a Tenryu and a South Carolina battleship. Just spamming shots here. Unfortunately, none of them seems to be really hitting anything. I swear to God, destroyers are a hard thing to hit from ranges, but ooh, those are just so very close. But no cigar. Now, remember I told you this battle, I was an absolute ass, and I couldn't really be asked to... I really couldn't be asked to watch where I was going. So, if you want, count along how many times I ran myself ashore in this game. Alright, there will be no counters because I don't know how to do that yet. And already somebody's... My friendly Yamikaze just decides to launch torpedoes behind us. Now, recently, World of Warships, if you haven't claimed the ship, it's too late for you, are giving away a free Tier 2 premium ship, the Albany. Okay, more on that later. Looks like we are lining up for a torpedo run on this little Tenryu here. And this is somewhat the pinnacle of the example of Southeast Asian players. One being me, one being him.
Torpedoes to port.
I was so desperate to launch torpedoes, I make an absolute ass of myself and run my ship aground. So, this time I ran it aground knowing it would happen. So, count it, I guess, because I did run aground now, didn't I? Scoring some decent shots on the enemy Tenryu before... Oh! He wasn't looking out now, was he? And nope, danger alert, enemy Wakate closing in 3.3 kilometers, but don't worry, no torpedoes can touch me here because I'm way too inland and I'm way too fast for his torpedoes to actually hit anything. As you see, just harmlessly sail by. Now, of course, here's where I became an absolute ass to this poor little destroyer by accidentally blocking him, but that sort of saved him from having to eat shells that came in from that little Chikuma. As I finally move forward, he popped smoke so as to conceal my terrible mistake. And this is where I shouted to him, "Thank you, sorry, but thank you for the smoke screen. Just much appreciated." That little enemy Wakate being sneaky, running away, and this destroyer smoke screen is just going to keep us covered for now.
Torpedoes to starboard!
Torpedoes incoming, but I don't see where they are. Oh well. Oh, here comes a free kill! Go get the free kill! Yes!
Enemy destroyer sunk!
Good job. Now that guy's getting really way too close for comfort. I do not like what I'm seeing. And of course, none of the shots hit. Because why? Because you're in the Tenryu, that's why. It wouldn't have hurt to have a few more guns now, would it? Going straight on, missed those shells. Lining up for another torpedo run. This guy is coming in fast and he's coming in furious. Unfortunately, our friendly Wakate got a little bit cocky and he just got torpedoed by that Wakate. I fired 2 narrow spreads, but unfortunately, he managed to dodge them both. Kudos to you, Sir Air Rapid 514, in your Japanese Wakate. So now it's just become a gun duel, and he's launched torpedoes at me. I nearly avoid hitting the other Yamikaze, as the Yamikaze goes in for another gung-ho torpedo attack. The enemy Wakate over there, putting down his smoke screen. Not Wakate, a Yamikaze. And this time he fires torpedoes. And that guy dodges like a pro again. And oh my word. Would you look at that? I'm not looking where I'm going again. Yeah, Patton 160, you really need to watch where you drive. Thankfully, that enemy Yamikaze put down its smoke screen, so anything behind it doesn't have to see the epitome of a failure of what I am that's going through right now. Am I going to get the kill here? No, he's just dodging like a pro. I swear to God, this little destroyers. Oh, I'm getting shot at now. That Yamikaze and that Chikuma. It's okay. That Yamikaze stole the kill. Not that I had to be praised for it anyways. A few high explosive rounds, not really doing anything much. And this is what I do not understand of most people. Why would you reverse in the middle of nowhere? This is not a World of Tanks where you get instant acceleration from your reverse. This game is momentum. Understand? If you don't build up that momentum, you're not going to go anywhere. And it's because of the epitome of idiots like you. You make my life a lot easier, but also make the life of your team a lot harder. As you can see, they are actually clearly winning. I launched torpedoes for some absolutely no ass reason. But it's okay, I'm gonna finish him before he even gets hit by those torpedoes. Not that those torpedoes were on course anyway. So,
We've destroyed an enemy
picked
cruiser.
up another kill right there. And, oh my word, watch where you're going. The reason why I'm feeling so bad at driving this, piloting the ships, is because I use the Q and E keys where you can set half for food, port or starboard rudder. And when I do that, I usually forgot that those are still on, and I ended up just turning way too tight, and thus running myself aground. As you see another prime example happening right here, right now, as I'm duking it out with the South Carolina. That guy, the Yumikaze Stella 07, is absolutely giving the South Carolina a ham, but he wants to close in to make sure of his torpedo kill. As you can see, he launched torpedoes as I once again overcompensated for the turn, and Patton 160, you absolute ass. And it's because of that, my buddy in the Yumikaze has had it. Poor guy. So now it's me who is slowly reversing out this mess, versus saying that South Carolina over there that can't be asked to turn his ship around to have his guns pointed at me. But then again, it'll mean there will be more ship for me to hit. As I slowly stop my reverse from my sort of half-burnt ass of my ship, and start moving forward again. These main guns open fire, spitting 12-inch death at my face. But I just dodged like a pro. Not really. It's more of the gun spread. At this point, I really want to get some torpedo kills. I only so far managed to impact 2 shots. Of course I impacted more than that, but he's dead before those shots were in. So I'm just gonna go for a little bit of a brave banzai charge straight at this guy's face. And this is where I'm proving that these guns are actually quite terrifying. He has 17,000 HP. Let's see how much health does he have when I'm done with him. And when my torpedoes are finally in the water, and just giving him absolute hell. He's finally decided to turn his ship around so he can get full broadsides, thus exposing the most huge extremities that is the South Carolina. He just charging head on with 13,000 health, which is just about to go down even further as he fires in a devastating broadside. 2 hits, high explosive. You should really be firing armor piercing when you're in battleships like this. This is where I decided I had enough of it. I'm going side on, and I'm going to launch torpedoes in your face. One a little too far back, one a little too far forwards, and hopefully I don't run myself aground again. But look at the guns just absolutely going to town on this poor little South Carolina. 8,000 health. I'm at 9. That hit knocked me down a little bit. A little further, and good night.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Of course, he definitely would have seen that coming, and he obviously can't really do much in his speed to prevent that from happening. So, it was a good fight. You should really be firing armor piercing, hit my citadel, and my relatively paper-thin armor. So right now, I've sort of evened the odds with 4 monstrous kills. 2 enemy destroyers and 2 enemy cruisers left against me, Albany and a Kawachi. The Albany's one hell of a horrible ship. I'll tell you more about it maybe in another video. Right now I'm just gonna focus my fire on this little Chikuma over here, who should really have came back to face me in the cap circle. I mean, not that I don't know how the tides of this battle's gonna be turned if he came back to fight me, but yeah. So it's 3 versus 4, those 2 destroyers are nowhere to be seen, and I'm a bit worried because all it takes is that a destroyer just jump out of nowhere and catch me on my unawareness, and that's it, I've had it. Sorry, a little bit of running nose here today. Absolutely sorry about that. And now I just decided, you know what, let's just do the best evasive maneuvers I can pull off. Just run myself around in circles. I'm detected, so I'm actually quite paranoid that there's a destroyer around me. But apparently one of them has been spotted around the cap circle. Now it's just up it's totally right now up to the Kawachi and the Albany to reset the cap, as they've just done, and I just shot. Yes, that's a good one! And I seem to have attained myself a high caliber medal. But that aside, just continue running around in circles. That Shikuma finally came back out into plain sight. Fire the main guns, get detected again. So I'm growing even more paranoid about where that second destroyer is. The two destroyers on the team is Mr. Poi, Yumikaze's. So tier 2, but all it takes is one torpedo and I'm done for. And still no sign of enemy destroyer. Oh wait, there he is! The other destroyer. So I'm just gonna spend the rest of my time running circles around, because apparently that to me is the best possible evasive maneuver you can do in a ship like this. And as you can see, this ship is pulling a hard ass right turn. Well, you're never going to hit more than 25 knots. So this is why I tell my team, we got this. Good job, guys. And the enemy did something rather unexpected. Well, they sank the Albany, and I just realized they're not capturing anymore. And if that's the case, it means they're coming back for me. So I decided to move my little sorry ass behind the cover of this mountain and, you know, just hide it out over there a little bit, get some landmass cover, so even if they get within firing range, they still got an island to conquer. And I guess the outcome of this battle has been sealed. I'm gonna end up capturing that Kawachi got off another amazing kill from the enemy team before I inevitably finish off the round. I really got no idea how that Kawachi's been doing, but I would imagine he's just been dodging torpedoes like a boss, because two Yumikazes, they have a lot of torpedo potential, and yeah, I guess that's it. So with that being the end of all that, once again I've become a total noob and I wasn't able to find out how to record the final end screen unless I was playing live. And of course I can't guarantee you a good game if I play live, and I feel it's like an absolute waste of time if I was to play it live and was to dump the recordings. That wasn't worth it. So what I did was I ended up just taking screenshots of the post-game results. As you can see, we've earned here 116,000 credits, yielding ourselves 218 experience and 131 free experience from the battle itself. Of course, this is with the daily bonus, so if I was to go back, I would get to see that, yes, I was top of the team with 1,745 EXP. Well, if you're gonna ask me if killer games like this is what I get most of the time, well, the answer is not all the time. Only when I'm lucky. And as you've seen this round, I've been absolutely atrocious with my ship driving. I should have deserved to die a long time ago, especially when I've crashed and ran my ship around for the third time. I should really have been dead, but thankfully things were in the right place in the right time. Nobody really were either in firing line of me or within firing range, or they just couldn't see me when I was running myself around. So yes, as you've seen, I've proven to make myself an absolute ass, but still managed to come up top of the team. I'm not gonna brag here that I'm an absolute MLG player, but I guess I did pretty well to earn my credits. 175, that's about 900 more EXP than the top person in our team. It would seem that the enemy Albany, our friendly Albany, was not able to do anything at all in this match, despite being the second last ship to die. And thus, this is why I'm going to say that the Albany is an absolutely atrocious ship to have. It's just a novelty ship that Wargaming has given up to you during, well, the 17th anniversary. So, just gonna cut that back a little bit, and the final results screen, where we see our total damage done. So, we did a total of 32,000 damage with high explosive rounds, 62 shots fired, no, not 62 shots fired, that's too little. 62 shots hit, doing 32,000, so that's about half. Fires, damage caused by fires, we set 5 people on fire, giving us about 10,000 health. From them, 4 torpedo hits, yielding 18,000 more damage. So yeah, everybody, that would be the Tenryu class light cruiser of the Imperial Japanese Navy tech line. This is one absolute beautiful ship that unfortunately, for the likes of me, for the best, may not be piloted by me. Lots of Tenryu potential drivers out there, especially destroyer captains. You people would love this ship to bits. Just bear in mind that you do not have smoke screens. So, other than that, I guess the Tenryu has proven its point in this little replay. That it's an absolutely wonderful ship to play in, and I actually love it. Just that I can't play this ship, even if I tried to. So that's all for today, folks. Hope you liked this video. Leave a like and a comment below. It really gives me feedback on how well you've been enjoying or not enjoying this video, and hopefully from your remarks I can come up with better footage. So I guess that's the end of this episode, the Tenryu. See you next time, everybody. Have a good one.